on the channel, we got one a lot of people have been waiting for. It is the top 21 Hulk Hogan figures of 2024.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Countdown Best of 2024 video. In today's video, we got something I've been threatening all of 2024, and now here in 2025, we're finally getting it done. It is the 40th anniversary of Hulkamania in 2024, and we got 21 Mattel figures by my count last year, and guess what? We're going to count them down here today. We're going to start at number 21, work our way to number 1, and we'll find out what the best Hulk Hogan figure is of 2024. And of course, 2024 was the 40th anniversary of Hulkamania. That's why Mattel really leaned into the Hulkster. Made all the sense of the world to me. And you guys know I am not a Hulkamaniac. I have never been. There's a lot of people that hate Hulk Hogan. We just saw him on Netflix a couple weeks ago. Depending when you're watching this, could have been years ago if you're watching this later on. But he got booed out of the building. But I want to tell you guys, in Hulk's defense, they weren't booing the Hulkster. It was Jimmy Hart. They saw Jimmy Hart coming out there. They said, wait a minute, is that manager of the fabulous Rougeau brothers? Get him out of here. What's he doing? And Hulkster was taken aback because he's not used to all these boos like that. Only from little Kyle is he used to that. And then Jimmy Hart, he was like, oh my gosh, why did I bring Jimmy Hart out here? What am I thinking about? So crazy over there in LA in the Netflix debut. Booing Jimmy Hart like that with the Hulkster. A lot of confusion, I think, around that one there. But this was the 40th anniversary of Hulkamania, as I did say. And this was the first year in 2024 I actually got to meet Hulk Hogan at one of his beer signings. Actually wore this hoodie to the signing. A lot of people say, Kyle, why are you going to see Hulk Hogan? He's terrible. What are you doing? I said, yeah, I know. I've been saying he's terrible since the 80s. I know. I've been a trendsetter on this. I've been telling everybody that. Ultimate Warrior, the best of all time, Hulk Hogan, nowhere in the conversation. We know that. But of course, when I met the Hulkster, had to wear the Sheiky Baby. I figured, yeah, I'll wear Sheiky Baby. Shook his hand. I looked him dead in the eye. I said, never forget WrestleMania 6. And he just kind of was stunned, and we went on with our picture after that. But you know I'm always representing the Warrior. Hulk Hogan, you know, he was a bad guy way back when. Nobody knew it except really me and Bobby the Brain Heenan. Now, all these years later, everybody jumping on this Hulk Hogan bandwagon. Where were you guys back in the 80s with me? It is what it is. But it is also what it is in this countdown here. Of course, as usual, this is my list. I don't know if anybody's crazy enough to put a 21 list besides me together, but if you want to, stick it in the comments down below. Would love to see your order total, your running order. A lot of Hulkster fans out there. I know there is. I hear you guys in the comments for sure. But of course, starting at 21. Now, there could be more. I'm pretty sure. I went through the list multiple times. I found 21 Mattel figures. A few of them skirted the line. Technically came out at like December 30th, 2023. But all of these were reviewed on this YouTube channel in 2024. I think the first Hulkster video we did like the second or third of the year. And I think it might have been the Hulk Hogan 3-pack from Target. So all this stuff was reviewed on this channel in 2024. So without further ado, let's kick it off. Let's start it off at 21. All right, we begin the Hulk Hogan countdown at 21, the biggest countdown we've ever done on this very YouTube channel. I can't wait for 40 years of Ultimate Warrior Mania. I hope they release 40 Warrior figures for that. We'll see what ends up happening there. But we're kicking off at 21. 21 selection. We're taking a trip north to Canada. Beautiful this time of year, Canada. I would love to go to your stores. Maybe one of these days I'll get a chance to go to the Walmarts and Toys R Us's and stuff like that up there. I always hear, oh, our Toys R Us's are terrible. Hey, I get it. It's still Toys R Us at the end of the day. You're lucky. You're lucky. But at number 21, we go to Canada for a Canada exclusive Mattel Hulk Hogan. While this was never released in the United States, it is him and his Wreckin' Cycle WCW Hulk Hogan right here. Now, it is a basic main event style figure, so it is what it is. You do get a very childlike toy motorcycle, but this just screams early WCW Hulk Hogan. Cool for what it is. Glad they released it, and it comes in at number 21 on the countdown. And now we're down to number 20 in the countdown. Number 20, we go to Mattel main event line. We go to series 148 for Python Power Hulk Hogan. I even gave it a little extra pizzazz for my display with an old school Jakks weightlifting set here. Of course, bar and plates. Looking good for the Hulkster, but again, it is a main event. Not a ton of bells and whistles, but I like cool stuff like this. I'm not sure if this shirt is 100% accurate. Maybe a deep cut. I think that's fair enough if it actually is. But of course, it was the Euro Hulkamania, and this one is what it is. As I said, 148 coming in at number 20. All right, now we're really separating the men from the boys. We're at the number 19 selection. This time, we go to Mattel Creations. We go to Mattel Retro line. We go to the Hulk Hogan Retro from Mattel. Very cool what it is. This one held back a little bit with the action feature here. And Mattel, shout out to them, the only one still giving us action features. But this one gets kind of thrown down the list a little bit because it's got the old Nikolai Kickalai, or the Sheamus, whatever you want to do call it. He does got that kicking mechanism, which is very, very annoying. We got a Hulk Hogan as Rip coming out in the next couple of months. Going to be basically a repaint of this. So it is what it is, good for what it is. Retro Hulk Hogan comes in number 19. We're at the number 18 selection on the Hulk Hogan year-end best of countdown. And number 18, we take a trip to Walmart, always dangerous year-around. We go to the Superstars line. This one came out very early in the year, and it is the Superstars Hulk Hogan in the Hulkster pajamas. He's got his PJs. He's ready to go. Of course, there was a chase of this one as well. I am going at number 18, the regular edition with the yellow boots down here and the pajama look. A very classic Hulk Hogan. Had to buy multiples of this one to display all the different looks. Very, very fun for what it is. And in the Superstars line, coming in, number 18. We roll on to number 17, and we got a little deja vu as we talked about WWE Superstars line Walmart, of course. Well, now we're going to the number 17 selection, and we got the more Rip-like version, or I guess just Hulk Hogan, but it is in the blue. It is the same figure as the last one. Instead of yellow, it is blue. Now, I said I had to buy multiples of these. I had one like this. I have one like this with the yellow boots on, all displayed, and then I got one with the yellow boots on in his pajamas, and I got both of them mint on card unpunched in my collection. So I had to buy quite a few of this Hulk Hogan for my collection, but I do prefer the blue over the yellow just because it's different. We don't get as much blue Hulk Hogan, so that's why he comes in at number 17. Here we are, the number 16 Hulk Hogan figure, and this time we go to the Mattel Elite line. We go to the pay-per-view series. We go to WrestleMania, and we got the Hulkster. We got a more modern-day Hulk Hogan, I guess you could call this. This could be the closest to modern-day Hulk Hogan in our collection here. A little goofy in the head and the arms and stuff, but it is older Hulk Hogan, of course. Like the hot dog tan, like that it feels different, like that it looks different. Not a bad piece of business, all in all. And this Hulk Hogan Las Vegas WrestleMania Elite comes in at 16. We're slamming through the Hulk Hogan countdown. We're at the number 15 selection. This time we go to the main event line once again with a brand new line in 2024. It is the WWE Champions line. It is Series 1. It is Hulk Hogan. This one we've had in the past, except it got updated with the beautiful hot dog tan. And then, of course, the new title belts here, which are really sleeper title belts from Mattel. I really like the kind of dull look to them on the plate. It's a very, very fun figure. This one, a little Hogan hysteria. The Champions line, not sold at the Walmarts, Targets of the world. You find these at the Meijer stores, the Kohl's, things like that. So a little bit off the beaten path. And man, I'm here for that. Give you a little extra challenge, a little extra fun. Like that all day long. Hulk Hogan Champions coming in at number 15. Next up, of course, 14. We're counting backwards, folks. We're learning here on this channel today. But number 14, we go to the main event line once again. But we go to the main event showdown 2-pack Hulk Hogan. Of course, paired with Giant Mean Gene is Mean Gene-O-Mania Hulk Hogan. A very cool, fun moment in time with him and Mean Gene tagging up. They couldn't quite get the Mean Gene right, so they gave us a new announcer one. Not bad. I hope they revisit the Mean Gene idea in the future. But love this Hulk Hogan. It feels different, and a guy like Hulk Hogan gets so many figures for. I like it when we get different. You get the red and blue attack, the Mean Gene shirt. Once again, dull title blade that looks really good. I'm here for that. That's why he comes in, number 14. Zipping through the countdown at number 13 now. The number 13 Hulk Hogan selection is about as deep a deep cut gets. but you know me, I'm a longtime fan of wrestling figures, wrestling history. I love to get each era of every performer represented if at all possible. And this one, you guys know me as a classics guy, and this was first introduced to us in the Classic Superstars line way back when. Well, coming in now at number 13, we go to the Target Legends line. We go to the Target exclusive Hulk Hogan. From his time being managed by Freddie Blassie, of course, Cape Season puts you right up the list already, but a very fun Hulk Hogan, and one most people have no remembrance of, so that makes it a little bit extra special. I understood the peg warmerness of this one, and that's a whole other conversation about these Target, Walmart peg warmers. A lot of this stuff, they're supposed to be on the shelf certain amount of window, a certain time. They're supposed to always be there. We'll talk about it in long form one of these days, maybe a little bit more. But this Hulk Hogan, very, very fun. Not super popular, totally understand that. But I love it when they give us things like that. And this Hulk Hogan comes in, number 13. Closer and closer to the top spot, number 12 Hulk Hogan now. But this time we go to the Mattel Elite line again. This time we go to the Greatest Hits series. For pretty much for a lot of people, I think, maybe a whole generation, you close your eyes, you think of Hulk Hogan. This might be exactly what you think of. A very, very strong Hulk Hogan figure. Personally, for me, I got one with some paint issues. I should probably replace at least the head on this one. But a very close your eyes, this is Hulk Hogan type figure. A perfect figure for the Greatest Hits line if there ever was one. Just an all-around solid Hulk Hogan. And I can see a lot of people, if you want one representation of Hulk Hogan on your office desk or something like this, you're a casual fan, whatever, you can't do wrong with the figure like this, the Greatest Hits Elite, coming in number 12. We got to get the most out of our molds, and we know how that goes, and that's where we're at the number 11 selection. And as I'm filming this, these are finally starting to hit the Walmart and Target stores. Feel like we unboxed this about 3 months ago on the channel. Got to plug Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. You can get these things a heck of a lot sooner if you go over to Ringside. But here we are at number 11, and the number 11 selection is really about the accessory. The accessory is what dialed this one in to the number 11 selection here in the countdown. Hulkamania will live forever. Well, will it? Will it? I guess we'll see in the future here. But it is basically a re-release of Hulk Hogan of the past with a fancy accessory. But man, quite the nostalgic accessory. We remember this from back in the day. We remember it closing out the Royal Rumble. And that's where this comes from, the Elite Royal Rumble line. Very, very cool moment in time figure. A perfect one for celebrating 40th anniversary of Hulkamania as well, I do think. As I do think this was a big moment in his highlight reel of his career. For me, at least, it is. And that's why it comes in at number 11. Can you believe it? We're at the number 10 spot. That's usually where we start these countdowns, of course, but oh, it's a celebratory year for the Hulkster here, and now we're at the number 10 selection. 10 more to go in our Hulk Hogan Best of 2024 list, but here we are at number 10, and number 10 selection is one that we've had before, but it got re-released as a Greatest Hits this year with some new bells and whistles, of course. We're going to the Ultimate Edition line for Hollywood NWO Hulk Hogan. Now, we got this way back when. Everybody loved that figure, but there was one issue with it. It was that pale skin tone. Well, re-released it this year. You got that beautiful skin tone, and I think extra articulation on this one, if I'm not mistaken, as well. But way better with the hot dog skin tone color on this one. Very, very good. That's why he comes in at number 10. We're at the number 9 spot. You got your list together? Make sure you put it in the comments down below. But number 9, we're seeing a little bit of theme here. We're seeing a little bit of re-releases this year in 2024 for the Hulkster. No different with number 9 as we go from the vault via our friends at Ringside Collectibles for NWO Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Once again, some upgrades with this one over the previous one. Makes a lot of sense. You get those Hulksters out that sell, fix a problem from the past. And we've seen it a lot from Mattel over the last couple of years, and we're going to continue to see that in 2025, not just with the Hulkster, but everybody else. But Hollywood Hulk Hogan, NWO edition here, looking pretty good, all things considered. And you can always tweak them, make them as different as you want. One with the boas on, one with the do-rag on and off glasses. You can make them different. There's enough meat on the bone there, and that's why he comes in at number 9. All right, we're feeling great at number 8, as we always do say. In the number 8 selection, once again, we take a trip to Walmart. Beautiful this time of year, Todd McFarlane. Ask you after Toy Fair, depending how much stuff they buy, right? That makes sense. I always think of business over there from the couch. But number 8, we go to the Monday Night Wars line at Walmart. We go to NWO, early days of NWO. Hulk Hogan, you can even call this a little pre-official NWO, but it is very, very early on in the heel turn right here. So very cool to see this one. Something different. We get C's, of course, the red and yellow. We get C's of the Hollywood NWO stuff. This is a little bit of an in-betweener there, and I like that. Makes it feel different. A pretty solid figure from Series 1. Coming in, number 8. Next up in the countdown, number 7. And number 7, we go back to Target. Todd, any thoughts on Target as of late? Oh, you're loving Target? They're buying a lot of stuff? Oh, boy. Target's in good graces with Mr. McFarlane over there from the couch, so they must have a lot of platinums, gold labels coming your way to Target. So shout out to Targets out there. But shout out to Target coming in at number 7 with the Legends line once again. And, of course, Hulk Hogan, but we're going back to Japan. We're going early Hulk Hogan. This is the Hulk Hogan I only saw in books and magazines as a little kid. I'm like, is that really the same guy? What is going on here? You went to Japan? What is happening here? I had no idea this even existed until reading PWIs and seeing some of that kind of stuff. And once again, celebrating 40 years of Hulkamania, you got to do stuff like this. Very deep cut, one that didn't sell the best ever. We can all probably agree on that, but I appreciate Mattel taking the chance doing something like this. And when I do ever see this figure or I see this era of Hulk Hogan in pictures and stuff, I always now, many years later, think of that old school Safubi Japanese figure that represents him in this as well. So fun for what it is, and I guess we could call it a pretty deep cut. The Hulkster at number 7. Here we go. We're at the number 6 spot in our Hulk Hogan countdown and feeling a little bit of that deja vu. Once again, we go to Target. We go to the Legends line. We just saw it at number 7. We're going to see it here at number 6. We're going to go to, of course, the Hulkster once again from his time in Japan. This time, the Chase edition, and the difference, of course, being the blue boots, red knee pads. And why do I like one more than the other? I like this color scheme better than the last one. Simple as that. Basically the same figure. Make them different on your shelf. Use different hands. Use one with glasses, one without glasses, one shirt on, one shirt off. Choose your own adventure. But the Hulkster looking good with the blue boots on this one, really making this one stand out over the last one. I'm putting this one here at number 6. The end of the countdown, we're at the number 5. We're down to the top 5 finally. Get your list together, put it in the comments down below, and subscribe to this channel if you like countdowns, as we got at least one every single week. So make sure you do subscribe to this very YouTube channel. On the hunt for 50,000 subscribers. Thank you everybody for watching the videos, of course. But here we are at number 5, and we're feeling that deja vu. We've been feeling it all day on the channel here. But the number 5 selection, once again, we're celebrating 40 years of Hulkamania, especially at Target this year. We're going to the Legends line over there at Target. We got the WrestleMania Hulk Hogan here. Very, very fun, very cool. Love the newer head sculpt on this one. Got to think we'll see this a heck of a lot more in the future. Interchangeable hands. Got the red and yellow going on. You got that very specific t-shirt moment in time. You can just see him coming out in the entranceway, doing one of those hands on the hips. Beautiful rendition of the Hulkster right here at number 5. Absolutely love this figure. A late one to the end of the year, but definitely worth a pickup. And if, as I'm filming this right now, I'm debating going. I have a Target local to me that has this down to $6.89. I feel like I'm going to pick up another one just for the heck of it. Why wouldn't I? So there it is. The Hulkster Target Legends coming in number 5. It might as well be March Madness. We're down to the final 4. The final 4 Hulk Hogan figures in my best of 2024. 40 years of Hulkamania celebration. That's what we want to call it. Somebody bake a cake, somebody blow out the candles. But here we are at number 4, and once again, we go to Target. We're seeing a theme here, Todd McFarlane from the couch. Todd loves his Target right now, just ching-chinging over there with his toes. Just a wild time. But we go to number 4, Hulk Hogan. This one came out extremely early in 2024. It did come out, I want to say I did this one on like January 4th, something like that. But it is the Hulk Still Rules Hulk Hogan from the Target exclusive Hulk Hogan 3-pack. A very cool idea. Paying a little tribute to the old school Jakks pack. Fresh Hulk Hogan figures. Just a lot of fun in this pack. And I wish I would have bought multiples of this pack to display all the different looks. Maybe one day I'll track one down, or maybe a loose set, something like that. We'll see what happens in the future there. But very cool here with the Hulk Still Rules Hulkster. Really at the end of his WWF, WWE run. I think, wasn't he technically the first ever WWE champion? I think that math does check out. Somebody can fact check it if they want to on the couch. I don't think they know the answer. But I believe that is the case here. But I love this one. It always reminds me of his book and, of course, DVD that came out around the same time. So very cool, fun, late in the game Hulk Hogan from his WWE run. Just very cool part of that 3-pack. And he's coming in at number 4. Number 3 selection, closer and closer to that top spot. And once again, we're seeing a theme. We go to Target once again. We go to that Hulk Still Rules 3-pack once again for NWO Hulk Hogan this time. And we've had a lot of NWO Hulksters, even on this very countdown here. But this one feels close to home, but also feels different. I love the different shirt on this one. You get the different kind of tight designs. I love the flames and stuff on the boots, the blue and the black attack. And then, of course, you got NWO Hulkster, and he's throwing out the old Too Sweet. Just a very, very fun rendition of the NWO Hulk Hogan. Absolutely love this one. Out of that 3-pack, once again, that 3-pack can't really be beat. A fun figure, a must-have pickup. That's why he's coming in at number 3. Almost done celebrating the 40th anniversary of Hulkamania. It's been a long year. I know you in the back, you're wore out. You're done with the Hulk Hogan figures. You don't want any more. Well, I will tell you, this one's coming back out sooner rather than later with a little repaint. We know how that goes. But the number 2 Hulk Hogan selection, once again, we go to Target. The year of Hulkamania at Target. We go to the Hulk Still Rules 3-pack for another version of Hulk Hogan. But man, oh man, I forgot until putting everything together for this video how much I like this Hulk Hogan figure. And if I had to do my top 10 sleeper elites of 2024 list all over again, I think this figure would have made it. I don't know if I just didn't give it its due attention or what, but I really like this Hulk Hogan figure. A very, very fun look to him here. Love the hot dog skin tone color, of course. You got the red knee pads and the blue boots and the blue trunks. Something about the Hulkster in blue. Oh my gosh. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. He's no warrior after all. But does look good. Love this head sculpt. And as I said, we're going to see this in a future greatest hits line. But this one is so fun, so different, so cool. And I love the bandana in the mouth. Makes this one feel and look extra special. That's why this one from the Target 3-pack comes in number 2, which means there can only be one. What is the number 1 Hulk Hogan figure of 2024? Stay tuned. All right, we're at the number 1 spot. What a twist and turn. We're finally done with the longest countdown ever on this very YouTube channel. Very fun to do, but a little bit hard to do as well, as you can imagine. And I just hope that one day maybe we get a 40th anniversary of the Ultimate Warrior or something like that along the way that I could celebrate a little bit more, because the Hulkster, I mean, come on. But it is what it is. And the Hulkster had quite the year in action figures, possibly the best year of action figures of anybody or character ever from any toy line. Have we ever got over 20 figures of somebody, even like the Spider-Man, Wolverines of the world? I don't know if we've ever got over 20. And I guess you take that back with Spider-Man, he gets the little kid toys and things, but definitely not via Marvel Legends and one specific company. So there is something special, something to be celebrated here in this video. And we're going to put the final candle in the cake, I guess is what we're going to do, celebrating 40 years of Hulkamania with the number 1 Hulk Hogan figure of course, 2024. And once again, make sure you subscribe to this channel. On the road to 50,000 subscribers. Hoping to get there by sometime in March for our 5-year anniversary of this channel. We'll see if we can make that happen, or maybe not. We'll see what happens. We got some time to go. Yeah, because you know what Jerry Reed always says. You got a long way to go and a short time. Jerry Reed always right. But here we are, number 1. What is it? Well, if you've been following this channel this year, you know what the number 1 Hulk Hogan figure is. But once again, we go to Target. We go to the Legends line. We go to the Real American Music Video Hulk Hogan. Of course, you know I'm a big music lover. This is one of those cool deep cuts I never thought I'd get in action figure form. Absolutely love the looks of this one here. I love how it is such a deep cut. Of course, I love a guitar with a figure. Just so cool, so different, so exciting, so fun, and perfect time, I guess, perfect time for the 40th anniversary of Hulkamania to release something like this. Honestly felt this should have been an Ultimate Edition as the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive this year. I think that would have made a lot of sense. Didn't happen, is what it is, but I'm happy we got an elite version right here. Would love to see next year more deep cut Hulk Hogans. If they're going to keep giving us the Hulksters, let's get one from the Slammies in his tux. I would love to see that one. That has to be on the docket somewhere. we'll see what happens there. But this is a fun Hulk Hogan figure. As I said, I'm not the biggest Hulk Hogan fan in the world, but this one transcends my hatred, my unfandom, whatever you want to call it, way up to number 1 here, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, number 3 action figure of 2024 for me on my best action figure list of 2024. So a lot for me to like about this one, and that's why it comes in at number 1 in my Hulk Hogan year-end 2024 list. But what say you guys and gals out there? Do you got a list? Can you put a list together like me and put it in the comments? I dare you. I double dog dare you. But at least let me know your favorite top 5 Hulk Hogans or something if you can't do that. Would love to hear where this one places for you. Like I said, easily number 1 for me this year. But number 2, dare I say, quite the sleeper as well. But a fun look back at Hulk Hogan in 2024. Get your list together, put it in the comments, as I said. But don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this YouTube channel and my other YouTube channel. Early access to all the videos over there on Patreon. Patreon, best way to support this YouTube channel and all the content it does bring. Appreciate all the support over there. ProWrestlingTees.com, search Kyle Peterson. Check out my book, The Complete Guide to the Jakks Class Superstar Series. Available on Barnes & Noble, Amazon, and now on Kindle. Sir Paul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, and now, of course, on TikTok. So for the greatest Hulk Hogan figures of 2024, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.